The vegetable paradox: how what you're eating today could determine if you can walk tomorrow. Imagine waking up one morning and finding your legs too weak to carry you to the bathroom, your mind foggy, your once strong body betraying you. Now, imagine discovering that the very vegetables you've been eating for years, the ones you thought were keeping you healthy, were actually the silent culprits behind this devastating decline. Shocking, perhaps, but according to groundbreaking research published in the Journal of Gerontology spanning decades and involving tens of thousands of older adults, this scenario is playing out in homes across America right now, and the truth may change everything you thought you knew about healthy eating after 65. What you'll discover today isn't just another nutrition lecture. It's potentially life-saving information that could be the difference between thriving independently, well into your 80s and 90s, or facing a devastating loss of mobility, mental clarity, and freedom. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the very end, when I reveal the one common health food that might actually be silently destroying your legs without triggering a single warning sign. The invisible threat in your kitchen. The cruel irony of aging is that just when wisdom has finally taught us which battles are worth fighting, our bodies can begin to surrender the strength needed to fight them. But what if I told you that this surrender isn't inevitable? That it's often accelerated by what's hiding in plain sight on your dinner plate? Inflammation doesn't announce itself with sirens and flashing lights. It whispers. It works in shadows. And certain vegetables, yes, vegetables, can trigger inflammatory cascades that gradually compromise the tiny blood vessels feeding your leg muscles, damaging nerve connections, and weakening the very foundation that keeps you standing tall and independent. Every meal becomes a crossroads. Every bite, a decision that echoes years into your future. Will you choose the path of protected mobility, or unwittingly invite the slow erosion of your strength and stability? Today, I'll give you the roadmap that science has revealed. 3 powerful vegetables you should embrace daily to fortify your health, sharpen your mind, and maintain robust mobility, alongside 3 deceptive vegetables you must avoid if you value your independence. This isn't speculation. This is evidence-based guidance drawn from decades of research specifically focused on adults over 65. Broccoli, nature's living armor. When we think about protecting our independence as we age, we rarely consider the humble head of broccoli. Yet within those emerald florets lies one of nature's most sophisticated defense systems against the ravages of time, particularly for those over 65. Broccoli contains sulforaphane, a remarkable compound that acts as an invisible shield against chronic inflammation. That silent destroyer of blood vessels, joints, cognitive function, and muscle strength. This isn't just about preventing disease. It's about preserving the very foundation of your independence. With every bite of broccoli, you're activating pathways that purge harmful toxins from your body and stimulate your internal defense systems. It's as if each tender floret contains a blueprint for sustaining vitality when your body needs it most. Beyond inflammation control, broccoli delivers a critical trinity of nutrients that become increasingly precious after 65: vitamin K, calcium, and potent antioxidants. Together, they form a protective alliance around your bones, which become frighteningly fragile with each passing year. A single fracture at 70 or 80 can trigger a cascade of complications that permanently alter the trajectory of your life. Broccoli's unique composition helps reinforce skeletal strength while simultaneously protecting your arteries from the calcification that often accompanies aging. Perhaps most compelling is broccoli's impact on leg and foot health, your literal foundation. Studies demonstrate that sulforaphane improves peripheral circulation, ensuring your lower extremities remain well-nourished and responsive. This translates to better balance, reduced risk of diabetic complications, and stronger, steadier steps. In very real terms, daily broccoli consumption is choosing to walk further into your future with confidence. The preparation matters immensely. Lightly steam your broccoli for just 3 to 4 minutes to preserve its miraculous sulforaphane content while enhancing digestibility. Boiling it until limp and grey strips away the very compounds that make this vegetable so powerful for aging bodies. Let your broccoli remain vibrant and slightly firm, because in preserving its life force, you're protecting your own. Spinach, the hidden engine of strength and mental clarity. In the quest to preserve independence and vitality beyond 65, certain foods become not just nutritious options, but essential companions. Among these silent protectors, spinach holds a place of profound importance. This unassuming leafy green harbors natural nitrates that significantly enhance blood flow throughout your body, particularly to your muscles and brain. For seniors, this effect is nothing short of transformative. As we age, circulation naturally declines, gradually robbing muscles of oxygen and nutrients, leading to weakness, slower reflexes, and cognitive fog that can make you feel like you're losing yourself piece by piece. Spinach counters this decline by naturally widening blood vessels and improving vascular elasticity. With improved blood flow, the muscles in your legs and feet maintain their strength and responsiveness, preserving that priceless gift that so many take for granted until it begins to fade. Mobility. But spinach's benefits extend beyond physical strength. It contains exceptional levels of lutein and folate, nutrients that nourish your brain, preserving memory, processing speed, and mental clarity when you need them most. Research has consistently shown that seniors with higher lutein intake demonstrate sharper cognitive function compared to those who lack this critical nutrient. A simple handful of spinach daily can become your defense against the fog that threatens to obscure the mind you've spent a lifetime cultivating. Perhaps most remarkable is spinach's protection of vision, one of the senses most vulnerable to time's passage. The lutein and zeaxanthin concentrated in spinach directly support the macula of your eye, dramatically reducing the risk of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss after 65. In preserving sight, spinach preserves independence, the ability to drive, to read, to recognize loved ones, and to move safely through a world increasingly full of hazards for aging bodies. Preparation is crucial. Lightly sautéing spinach or blending it into smoothies preserves its precious nutrients while making it easier for aging digestive systems to process. Avoid overcooking, which strips away much of what makes this humble leaf so extraordinary. From the strength in your stride to the clarity in your thoughts to the sparkle in your gaze, spinach stands as a guardian of vitality on multiple fronts. A small, daily serving ripples outward to protect aspects of life that too often slip away unnoticed until they're gone. Carrots, the silent protectors of vision, balance, and coordination. As we journey through the later chapters of life, some of our most powerful allies aren't exotic superfoods with unpronounceable names, but rather the simplest treasures of nature, like the humble carrot. For the senior seeking not just longevity but a life rich in independence and connection, carrots offer far more than a sweet crunch. They provide beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A that is absolutely essential for maintaining sharp vision. For adults over 65, this isn't merely about enjoying beautiful views, it's about safety, independence, and dignity. Clear vision doesn't just allow you to appreciate the subtle expressions on a grandchild's face. It guards against dangerous falls, enables safe driving, and preserves the confidence of moving through the world without assistance. Research has consistently shown that regular beta-carotene intake can significantly slow the progression of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss after 65. In every vibrant orange root lies the possibility of a brighter, more secure tomorrow. But carrots protect more than just the eyes. They serve as guardians of balance and neuromuscular coordination, two critical elements of senior vitality that rarely make headlines but profoundly impact quality of life. The potent antioxidants in carrots help preserve the integrity of neurons and blood vessels, ensuring that the signals between your brain and feet remain swift and reliable. Strong, steady steps begin not only with strong legs, but with a well-functioning sensory system, and carrots nourish both. Beyond vision and balance, carrots offer profound support to metabolic health. Their high fiber content stabilizes blood sugar, reduces cholesterol, and supports digestive function. Three major pillars of health that naturally erode with age. Maintaining healthy blood sugar isn't simply about avoiding diabetes. It protects nerve function and circulation to your extremities, preserving the strength needed to walk, dance, and embrace life fully. To capture the maximum benefits, enjoy carrots raw or lightly steamed. The natural sweetness of a fresh carrot testifies to its richness in phytonutrients. Including 1 or 2 carrots daily, grated into salads, sliced for snacking, or blended into smoothies, may seem like a small act, but over time, it weaves a profound layer of protection around your senses, heart, and the feet that carry you forward. Eggplant, the hidden threat to joint health and stability. As we age, our choices must become more deliberate because the smallest missteps can have serious consequences for our health and independence. Among the foods that seniors should approach with extreme caution, eggplant stands out not because of anything immediately obvious, but because of the quiet damage it can inflict deep within the body, especially on the legs and joints that maintain our freedom. At first glance, eggplant seems innocent enough, low in calories, high in fiber, and richly colored. Yet lurking beneath its glossy skin is solanine, a natural chemical defense mechanism that can be remarkably harsh on the aging body. Solanine has been scientifically demonstrated to trigger inflammation in sensitive individuals, particularly targeting joints, muscles, and connective tissues. For seniors already vulnerable to arthritis, nerve sensitivity, or muscle stiffness, this hidden compound can silently worsen pain, reduce flexibility, and accelerate the frightening loss of mobility that often begins in the legs. The damage doesn't stop at discomfort. Chronic low-level inflammation in the legs weakens muscles, impairs circulation, and disrupts the delicate neuromuscular coordination needed to walk steadily and safely. Over time, this unnoticed weakness builds. Steps become uncertain. The simple joy of taking a stroll outdoors or moving confidently across a room begins to slip away, often without clear warning or obvious connection to what's on your plate. Beyond the physical toll, the emotional burden of compromised mobility is profound. When balance falters, when falls become a constant fear, when joint pain becomes a daily companion, feelings of helplessness and isolation often follow. In this way, eggplant, seemingly so harmless, can contribute to a much deeper erosion of well-being that extends far beyond physical symptoms. Preparation methods make little difference. Whether baked, grilled, or stewed, the solanine in eggplant remains a potential threat, particularly when consumed regularly. For seniors determined to protect their mobility, stability, and independence, there are far safer and more nourishing vegetable choices to embrace. Of course, not everyone will experience immediate symptoms after enjoying eggplant, but for those over 65, when the body's resilience is naturally lower, the risk simply isn't worth taking. Protecting your ability to walk confidently, to rise easily from a chair, to stand strong, it all begins with protecting your joints and muscles from silent saboteurs like these. Green bell peppers, the hidden spark of silent inflammation. In our golden years, every meal carries the quiet power to either heal or harm, often in ways that the body reveals only gradually over time. Among the most deceptive foods for seniors are green bell peppers, bright, familiar, and commonly praised for their fresh, crisp taste. Yet beneath their cheerful appearance lies a deeper story that demands attention from anyone determined to protect their vitality. Green bell peppers, part of the nightshade family, are naturally high in lectins, complex proteins that can bind to the lining of your digestive tract and disrupt nutrient absorption. For seniors whose digestive and immune systems have grown more vulnerable with age, this becomes a silent threat. Lectins can trigger low-grade chronic inflammation that often goes completely unnoticed at first, but slowly erodes joint health, blood vessel function, and nerve resilience, all crucial for maintaining the balance, strength, and mobility that define independence. For many seniors, the first subtle signs of this hidden inflammation aren't dramatic pain, but almost imperceptible shifts. A stiffness in the ankles, a tingling in the toes, a sense of instability when walking that wasn't there before. As this inflammation quietly progresses, it can reduce blood flow to the feet and legs, dulling sensation, weakening muscles, and increasing the risk of falls, one of the most serious dangers facing adults over 65. The painful irony? A vegetable, often chosen in the name of health, may actually be feeding the very fires of decline that so many older adults are working so hard to avoid. Even more troubling, the antioxidants found in green bell peppers are far less concentrated than in their fully ripened red, orange, or yellow counterparts. This means you bear all the burden of their inflammatory potential without receiving the same protective benefits that more mature peppers might offer. Cooking green. Bell peppers can reduce some of their lectin content, but for seniors already managing arthritis, cardiovascular issues, or digestive sensitivity, the wiser path is to minimize or avoid them altogether. There are countless other vegetables, safer, richer in antioxidants, and gentler on aging systems, that can take their place without inviting silent harm. Choosing what not to eat can be as powerful as choosing what to include, protecting your mobility, your strength, and even your peace of mind starts with small, wise decisions at every meal. White potatoes. The comfort food that quietly weakens your foundation. There are few foods more deeply woven into American tradition than the white potato. Mashed at family gatherings, crisped into golden fries, baked warm beside a comforting meal. Potatoes feel like home, like heritage. But for seniors over 65, this trusted staple can quietly betray the very strength and stability that are so critical to aging well. Beneath their familiar comfort lies a dangerous truth. White potatoes are extremely high in simple carbohydrates, causing rapid blood sugar spikes shortly after eating. While the immediate effect may feel harmless, even pleasurable, the long-term consequences are anything but benign, especially for aging bodies. These repeated blood sugar surges trigger inflammatory responses throughout your system, straining the delicate blood vessels that nourish your legs, feet, and brain. For seniors whose circulatory systems are already more vulnerable, this can translate to slower healing, gradual loss of sensation, and a creeping weakness that undermines mobility without obvious warning signs. But the risk doesn't end with blood sugar fluctuations. High glycemic foods like white potatoes contribute to the gradual stiffening of arteries known as arteriosclerosis. As arteries lose their flexibility, blood flow to the lower extremities weakens, leading to cold feet, muscle cramps, numbness, and instability when walking, all precursors to serious mobility limitations. What begins as mild discomfort can quickly escalate into profound risks. Increased likelihood of falling, slower recovery from minor injuries, and a loss of independence that impacts not just physical health, but emotional well-being and quality of life. Even the comforting tradition of mashed or baked potatoes carries hidden dangers. Many potato dishes are prepared with added butter, cream, and salt, magnifying their already heavy burden on cardiovascular health. For seniors managing high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease, a simple plate of potatoes can quietly undermine the careful work of medications and other healthy habits. White potatoes also rank surprisingly low in protective nutrients compared to other root vegetables. Unlike the vibrant orange of sweet potatoes or the rich color of purple varieties, both brimming with antioxidants, white potatoes offer little defense against the oxidative stress that accelerates aging at the cellular level. In choosing them, seniors miss a critical opportunity to nourish and protect their bodies when they need it most. Avoiding white potatoes doesn't mean giving up comfort or satisfaction. It means choosing options that honor your body's need for steady energy, strong circulation, and resilient muscles, the very things that sustain freedom and joy in the later chapters of life. The power of every small choice. As we move into the later seasons of life, it becomes clear that true strength isn't built in dramatic moments, but in the small daily choices we make, often without even realizing their importance. Choosing the right vegetables, avoiding the hidden dangers in familiar foods, protecting the legs that carry you, the heart that sustains you, and the mind that defines you. These aren't just simple matters of diet anymore. They are profound acts of self-respect, of honoring the life you've been given and the years you've earned. From my personal experience and the countless stories I've encountered working with seniors, one truth stands clear. Aging well isn't about chasing miracles. It's about consistency, awareness, and the willingness to care for your body with quiet dedication when the world has largely forgotten how precious mobility truly is. No doctor, no medicine, no invention can replace what wise daily nourishment provides. It may seem like a small thing to reach for broccoli instead of eggplant, to choose spinach over green bell peppers, to set aside white potatoes in favor of more nutrient-dense alternatives. But in the life of a senior, these small things ripple outward, protecting the ability to walk freely, to think clearly, to live independently. They protect laughter shared with family, journeys made with friends, dreams continued in vibrant health, rather than surrendered to preventable decline. The lesson is simple but profound. Every meal is a decision about your future. Every bite is a vote for either strength or struggle. We cannot control every aspect of aging, but we can stand with ourselves, honor ourselves, and give ourselves the best possible chance to live fully every day that is still to come. The path to a stronger, freer, more joyful life in your later years isn't complicated. It's built with respect for your body, care for your mind, and above all, love for the life you still have the power to shape. I'd love to hear from you now. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned today that you plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths about nutrition and aging. If you found value in this video, please leave a comment with one to let me know. Your feedback means everything to me, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another video designed specifically to protect your health and independence as you age. Thank you for investing this time in your future self. Here's to living life fully, on your own terms, for many vibrant years to come.